Friends, I have been also seeing some of the news reports and very correctly that a major decision is being taken to close Dhanbad and Chandrapura Railway line on East Central Railway Dhanbad division with effect from 15th. So I would like to take you through the background and the developments that have been taking place, and then the decision that we have taken for closing this railway line and what are going to be the adverse impact on the passenger traffic and the freight traffic by closure of this line. So there is a small presentation and I would like to explain to you on that if you have your attention on that. If you look at
we'll give a small version of presentation and email also.
This is basically to understand the whole issue and the problem. You must know the territory. I mean, if you really look at it, this black line, this is coming from Howrah. This is our grand cord which goes to Delhi. This is Howrah-Delhi route. This is the most important route of Indian Railways with a saturated capacity of over about 150% on this route. It's a double line section here. On this double line section, this is the place which is Dhanbad. It's a major hub for coal transportation and coal production, and is also a railway division of East Central Railway. This is the main line from Dhanbad to Gaya and to Delhi, Mughal and Delhi, and this is from Dhanbad to Howrah. We have another there are major links into Dhanbad from northern side and from eastern side, from North Frontier Railway side, from Patna side into Dhanbad. Down south from Dhanbad, when we move, there are two major routes. One is Dhanbad to Board Mohd, this is Board Mohd, and Board Mohd to Chandrapura, Chandrapura to Bokaro, and Bokaro to Ranchi, and then south and eastern parts of the country. Second route is from Dhanbad, straightway all the trains coming from North Frontier and from eastern areas. They take this route. This is the red colored thing that you can see. This is a double line route and this is up to single line here. This is Dhanbad and this is Chandrapura. It connects Board and Chandrapura line here, single line and double line, and then into Bokaro and then Ranchi. This whole area is called the Jharia Coal Belt. The blue line that you can see here is a line between Dhanbad and Jharia. This point is Jharia actually, and this whole area is Jharia, which produces one of the finest coals in the country, and being mined by BCCL, Bharat Coking Coal Limited, one of the PSUs of the Central Coal India Limited, CIL. Next. Now this has been the background that Jharia Coal Fields, as I said, this is Damodar River Valley fields, 110 square miles, around 280 square kilometers, produces bituminous coal suitable for coke. 1894 the mining activities had started here, it's the British days, and Dhanbad-Chandrapura Railway line was constructed around 1926, connecting Dhanbad with Ranchi via Chandrapura, and it passes through this entire coal mine area. Fire has been detected off and on for last many years in different parts of the Jharia area. Railway traffic on this line over a period of time has also significantly increased. Presently there are 20 pairs of mail express trains and 6 pairs of passenger trains which move on this section. Out of these 20 pairs of mail express trains, 7 mail express trains are daily trains. 6 of them are daily trains and 1 train runs 6 days a week. Remaining are bi-weekly, weekly and tri-weekly trains and 6 passenger trains, 6 pairs, 6 up and down. These are the regular daily trains. We also have a significant amount of freight traffic on this railway line, which is 20 pairs of freight trains, both empties and loaded. They pass through this stretch. Significantly, about 10 trains each way for this area alone for picking up the coal. The empty rakes come to this area. In the 11 sidings located on this area, they are loaded with coal and then they go back. Similarly, another about 10 trains, empty rakes, go to CCL area. Beyond that, on the map I will show you, and 10 trains go back. So that's about 20 trains each way. It's a very, very important section that way. About 37 pairs of trains each way on that double line stretch. About 12 million tons of coal is loaded by BCCL from 11 sidings. located on this line. And another 13 million tons of coal is loaded from adjacent Karanpura area of CCL, which is not in this area but beyond this on the eastern side. But there is a movement of freight trains east and west for the Karanpura area. Next. Director General of Mine Safety is the main person, DGMS, under the Ministry of Coal, and he has been examining the coal fire situation, suggesting various measures and taking remedial actions on behalf of BCCL and Coal India Limited. In 2007, on their recommendations, the Dhanbad-Jharia railway line was closed down in view of safety of train operations. As I showed you that blue line between Dhanbad and Jharia, it has already been closed in 2007. Fire has also been detected at a few locations on this line, which is under close watch by DGMS and railway authorities for last quite some time. Next. When we come to this area, and this 34-kilometer long railway line is starting from Dhanbad, there are three specific areas on this line located at different intervals. The first area, which is where the fire has been reported, which has crossed the railway line in this area, is at kilometers 7 to 8. Starting Dhanbad is 0, so you start from Dhanbad towards Chandrapura. After about 5 kilometers, this area starts, and between 7 to 8 kilometer length, we have this fire which has crossed the railway line. When we say cross the railway line, the indication that we have been told by DGMS, Director General of Mine Safety, is that this fire is underground. And there used to be deep pit mining earlier. In deep pit minings, there used to be galleries which have been left abandoned after the coal had been taken out many years back, many decades back, and where the fire is already there, and it has now crossed, so it is across both the sides under the track. Second area is Sijua Katrasgarh, kilometer 11, and the fire is on the south side of the railway line, but in close proximity, quite close. Then we have Katrasgarh Sonardi, where fire has been reported, which has crossed the other side. This is at kilometer 16. Next. Scientific studies have been conducted by Central Institute of Mining and Fuel Research, CIMFR, the main body, and Central Mine Planning and Design Institute, that is CMPDIL, all both under the Ministry of Coal. Ministry of Coal then intimated that Dhanbad-Chandrapura section should be closed for trains operations after they received the reports from both these institutes about a month back, and we were advised. In view of Coal Ministry's advisory, it was decided later on that the situation shall be reassessed by DGMS about the impact of fire on safety of trains operations. So this was, they had already recommended, but the DGMS was again directed by the Ministry of Coal to reassess this whole situation and come back with his final report about the safety of operations, train operations on this line.
When this advisory came, sir?
The Coal Ministry, I am coming to this, the Coal Ministry communicated, this was in May when the DGMS was told, it was on 22nd of May, DGMS was advised that you should reassess the whole situation and give us the final report and final version whether the train operations are safe or not. Then Coal Ministry finally communicated after the reassessment of the DGMS. It was communicated to the Coal Ministry, and Coal Ministry communicated to the Ministry of Railways from the Coal Secretary's letter that the situation has been reassessed, and about 14 kilometers of 35 kilometers line has been declared as unsafe, and the movement of trains on this line is to be stopped. This is 8th June letter, which is the 9th it was with us, and then based on this advisory from the Ministry of Coal, it has been decided by the Ministry of Railways to stop train operations on this line with effect from 15th. Today is 12th, and we have 2 more days. Next. This is the passenger traffic details I briefly told you about. Dhanbad and Chandrapura section. Mail express trains are 7 pairs which are daily, 1 pair which is only 6 days, 4 pairs are 3 days, 2 pairs are 2 days in a week, and 6 pairs are weekly, 1 day in a week. There are 4 pairs of passengers which are daily, 2 pairs of passengers which run for 6 days, total 26 pairs. If we see these 7 trains and the remaining weekly and bi-weekly trains, finally it works out to about 11 trains per day, mail express, and 6 passengers. So that is 17 trains every day. Next. These are the Mail Express trains when we are talking about the daily trains which are being run. Patna to Hatia, and after that is Ranchi. Dumka to Ranchi, this is all north from North Bihar area. Dhanbad to Ranchi. Gorakhpur to Hatia. Howrah to Ranchi. Dhanbad to LFP in south. Howrah to Jabalpur. Bhagalpur to Ranchi. Jayanagar, again North Bihar to Ranchi. Howrah to Ranchi. Dhanbad to Bhubaneswar. Kamakhya in near Guwahati to Ranchi. Darbhanga to Secunderabad. Malda to Surat. These are tri-weekly and bi-weekly and weekly trains. Darbhanga to Secunderabad. Malda to Surat. NJP to Ranchi and Bhagalpur to Ranchi. Then Raxaul to Hyderabad. This is a weekly. Howrah to Bhopal is a weekly. Kolkata Ahmedabad is a weekly and Kolkata Ajmer is a weekly train. These are the passenger trains which are being run on this section and take care of the daily requirement of those who are staying in the close vicinity of this area. From Dhanbad, basically Ranchi is the capital headquarters and Dhanbad is a major important commercial center. So Dhanbad to Ranchi, Dhanbad to Chandrapura, Dhanbad to Jhargram, Dhanbad to Muri, and Bhojudi to Chandrapura and Agra to Bokaro. Some likely implications, we have been able to make our assessment because this line is coming to a close. If we really assess the whole complete disruption, that the traffic is going to be totally disrupted, we are going to close down all the freight traffic and all the passenger traffic because the railway line is going to close down, then this is going to cause serious impact on both passenger and freight traffic. Cancellation of passenger carrying trains is likely to affect about 1.24 crore, 1,24 crore passengers annually, with a revenue loss of approximately 250 crores per annum on passenger operations. I am talking about the total trains. Permanent cancellation of long distance and passenger trains will have to be undertaken in this scenario. Saturated capacity on other routes that I talked about, the A route which is between Howrah and Delhi is already saturated and does not permit any more diversions. In view of passenger inconvenience, however, we have been really working on this for the last about 3-4 days, how best we can mitigate and give some relief to the passengers, and so we have decided, despite the saturated capacity, despite very serious operational problems at Gomo, where the trains will have to be taken, engine will have to be reversed, that kills the whole capacity of that station and also impacts punctuality of the through trains, but we will have to take them to Chandrapura after reversing the locomotive. But we have decided that 7 daily Mail Express trains we will continue to run via the diverted route. So this is a major decision, keeping in view the passenger inconveniences, and to provide them the much needed relief. That these 7 trains which are daily trains, which are very well patronized trains, we will continue to run them, and I will give you the detailed plans how they will be diverted. Arrangements for refund etc. are being made by zonal and divisional administrations. The message has already gone, there will be wide publicity for that. Jharkhand government has also been advised to run special buses to cater to the needs of the passengers. I mean, those passenger trains which will be cancelled, you will require some kind of buses, so they have agreed that they will be providing bus connectivities to the local destinations. Train handling plan, as I said, 13 will be cancelled, the Mail Express, 7 will be diverted. On the passenger side, 6 are total trains, total 6 will be cancelled, no diversions. So total there will be 7 diversions, 19 cancelled out of the 26 passengers. This is a detailed diversion plan, and you can see that at least 1, 2, 3 and 4. These are the 4 trains: Shatabdi Express, Howrah Ranchi, Gorakhpur Hatia, Dhanbad LFP and Howrah Jabalpur. These are the 4 trains which are daily trains. They will be diverted via Dhanbad, Gomo, Chandrapura. And the 3, that is 5, 6 and 7, these are the 3 trains: Patliputra Express, Patna Hatia, Dumka Ranchi and Dhanbad Ranchi. They will be diverted via Asansol. They will go from Dhanbad to Asansol and then pick up another route down south into Bokaro and then to Ranchi. These are the trains which will remain cancelled: New Jalpaiguri Ranchi, Jayanagar Ranchi, Ranchi Howrah, Dhanbad Bhubaneswar, Ranchi Bhagalpur, Ranchi Kamakhya, Darbhanga Secunderabad, Ranchi NJP, Hyderabad Raxaul, Bhopal Howrah, Kolkata Ahmedabad, Kolkata Ajmer and Surat Malda. These are weekly, bi-weekly and tri-weekly trains. These are the passenger trains which will remain cancelled at Muri, Dhanbad, Bojuri, Bokaro, Adra, Dhanbad, Ranchi, Chandrapura, Dhanbad, Jhargram, Dhanbad. As far as freight traffic is concerned, because as you are aware that freight traffic is very, very essential and very important for Indian Railways, it gives me 2/3 of my revenue. This being a very important coal loading area, BCCL's almost 70% of the loading comes from this area, and as far as Indian Railways is concerned, we load roughly around 12 million tons of coal from Chandrapura line itself, and another 13 million tons of coal from the adjacent CCL Karanpura area. It passes 10 pairs of freight trains in up and down direction on an average daily. In addition, there are originating and terminating 9.5 pairs of freight trains. These are for loading. 11 numbers of coal loading terminals on BCCL siding, and I get about 12 million tons of loading here. This is 12 million tons of BCCL coal. Section is also utilized to supply empty rakes for CCL loading received from Eastern Railway for loading in coal siding in Dhori, Janagir and South Karanpura and North Karanpura areas of CCL. 30% of the coal loading of CCL would also be adversely impacted on this account. We have also worked on this plan, how to kind of prepare ourselves in the best possible manner as far as this substantial downslide on the loading is concerned. So if we see if the entire route is blocked and there are no planning has been done, there will be loss of 13 million tons of BCCL, 12 of CCL, total loss of 25 million tons, which is 2,500 crores per annum, daily loss of about 20 rakes. These areas are serving powerhouses, Jharkhand 3 powerhouses, West Bengal 9 powerhouses, Bihar 2 powerhouses, UP 9, Haryana 4, Punjab 3 and total 30. Now what we have done, this is the Indian Railways plan. Here also we have made certain plans like the passenger traffic, where we have finally decided to retain 7 services. For coal traffic from CCL, that is the Karanpura area, the movement pattern for supply of empty rakes has been worked out to minimize the impact. So this is, I am talking about the 12 million tons from CCL. If we plan, this will be very difficult by taking the rakes via the longer routes for supply, picking up the coal and then divert them via another route. So this will in any case be about 30% of this will be affected, and I should be getting about 7 to 8 million tons in any case. For loss of loading on BCCL coal from affected siding, arrangements are being in coordination with BCCL Coal Limited for loading from a limited number of other sidings. As I indicated to you, I will come back to that map where the first 5 kilometers are available to me and the remaining around 7-8 kilometers is available to me. On the remaining 7 from Chandrapura side, there is a second station where there is one siding there. We load about 2 rakes from there. So we will continue to increase that also in coordination with CIL. And from Dhanbad side up to 5 kilometers, which is fit and not affected by the fire and will not be closed, there are 2 coal sidings there, and I will be able to load from the present rate of about 2.5 to increasing it to about 5 or 6 rakes. So I will still be short by about 50% of this loading will get impacted. 50% I hope that we will be able to make good. So this will get reduced to about 50%, this loss. This is what we are planning, and in close coordination with BCCL, if they are able to provide and bring more coal to these sidings, we will be able to load them. That's why I said that finally the impact would be roughly around 10 million tons of coal loading during this year for Indian Railways. Steel and fuel traffic also to some extent, like Bokaro steel traffic for the washed coal, may get slightly impacted. IR is making efforts in coordination with Jharkhand government and Coal Ministry to minimize the impact. Next. Thank you very much. Now if you have any questions, although I think we have largely covered everything.
As you must have seen, there have been a lot of due diligence.